Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Going to read through pretty much most of the article here. There's a link in the description. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Perhaps have a look at the friends of the channel if you need a mental health break. Pretty gruesome topic here, so a trigger warning. And the accused are pleading not guilty. So they are alleged scumbags. California parents accused of decapitating their two children, aged 13 and 12 years old, and showing the bodies to their other kids. And these two alleged scumbags plead not guilty to murder and child abuse charges. Two California parents accused of decapitating their children and showing their bodies to their surviving brothers pled not guilty to murder and child abuse charges on Wednesday. Maurice J. Taylor Sr., this alleged scumbag, and Natalie S. Brothwell, this alleged scumbag, pled not guilty to 2 counts of murder each for the deaths of their son Maurice Jr. and daughter Maliaka, 12 and 13. The children were allegedly killed on November the 29th, 2020 in their home in Lancaster, about 70 miles northeast of Los Angeles. They were found in separate bedrooms with stab wounds and lacerations 5 days later, in a scene that Lancaster Mayor Rex Parris called brutal. Prosecutors say the kids were decapitated and their bodies were shown to their younger brothers, aged 8 and 9 at the time. The surviving children were allegedly forced to stay in their rooms without food for several days. Taylor, 35 years of age, and Brothwell, 45 years of age, were also charged with 2 felony counts of child abuse each. The father faces 57 years in prison if convicted. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office hasn't confirmed if Brothwell faces the same amount of time. Well, I would imagine that she ought to, would be my guess. So here's the 13-year-old girl, Maliaka, and the boy, Maurice Jr., 12 years of age. They were found in separate bedrooms with stab wounds and lacerations. Maliaka and Maurice Jr. The parents remain in jail under $4.2 million bail. They're due back in Lancaster court on February the 15th. Taylor was arrested first in December 2020. He was at a physical therapy center in Santa Monica before the murders and had been conducting training sessions online during the coronavirus pandemic. Some of his clients contacted authorities after he failed to show up for scheduled appointments. Authorities found the children's bodies while responding to reports of a possible gas leak at the property in Lancaster. Both parents were inside the home at the time. At the time, Brothwell was questioned but not arrested. Well, that strikes me as odd. I mean, if the police went to the premises and they find the bodies of 2 decapitated children, why would they not arrest whomever is in the property? It is unknown what motivated the attack, but Taylor's personal training clients told the Los Angeles Times they had grown concerned over his well-being earlier in the week before the November murders. The fitness trainer, who was described as mellow and reliable, had sparked concerns when he failed to show up for fitness sessions he had been running over Zoom. Taylor was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of child abuse of the surviving sons, who were 8 and 9 years of age at the time. The children also were forced by Taylor to stay in their rooms without food for several days. I mean, that's awful in and of itself. In September 2021, Brothwell, the woman, was arrested at her home in Tucson, Arizona. She was taken into custody and was held in the at the Pima County Jail before she was extradited back to California. She was charged with the same counts as Taylor. Okay, so there's that tragic story there. Ultimately, it's an awful situation. The decapitation of a 13-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy, allegedly at the hands of the parents, who both plead not guilty. But, you know, at least this article is telling us that at least Brothwell was found in the premises where the bodies were. So, in my estimation, my guess, my sheer speculation, they are guilty, would be my guess. I don't know, but I would be thinking that that is the case. So let's hope that the trial goes ahead unimpeded. Let's hope that justice is served for these two innocent children. And also the other two boys, a 8-year-old and 9-year-old at the time, they were suffering severe neglect, which included being locked in a room without food for several days at a time. So alleged scumbag number one, alleged scumbag number two, you both deserve at least 57 years in jail. If indeed you're found guilty of killing and decapitating your own two children. If this is true, if you are guilty, you're absolutely insane and should never be out in society ever again. In fact, I perhaps shouldn't say what I would like to do. What I would do if I was the person involved with deciding what your fate is, I would say something rather unpleasant. So I'm not going to do that.